80% of your content should be valuable and informative, and only 20% should be promotional, right? So out of every 5 emails that you send, only 1 needs to be promotional. So that takes out the sleazy sales pitch stuff right there. Welcome to the Master Your Business podcast, where we bring you the best in branding, marketing, and customer experience strategies. I'm Deirdre Martin, your host. And if you've been asking yourself how to level up your growing business, your marketing, your customer experience, or how to make more of an impact with your brand, this show is for you. You'll discover actionable tips and insights to help businesses just like yours gain clarity and illuminate the path to success. Train with industry experts, learn sales and marketing strategies, business and mindset hacks, and be inspired by authentic entrepreneurship stories. As your host, I share the no-nonsense advice that accelerated my journey from boring bank manager to industry thought leader in marketing and customer experience. Learn how I made the leap into the world of 6-figure success, digital courses, keynote speaking, and co-authoring a #1 bestseller in just 1 year. Together with interviews from industry experts, this show ensures you're seen, heard, and hired by your ideal clients. Join our growing community of subscribers and let the Master Your Business podcast empower you to tackle your most significant challenges on your path to business success. Don't miss out. It's your turn to learn from the best and master your dream business. Today, we're turning our eyes to the mechanics that drive your business towards success. The anatomy of a successful sales funnel. This episode is especially created for professional service providers, people who don't sell products, but they sell premium services. So if that's you, be prepared to take some notes. Now, when you hear the term funnel or sales funnel, and you're imagining something that maybe you use to add salt to your dishwasher, hold on. This isn't about clean dishes, folks. Think of this as the pathway that takes a potential client from, who is this, to where do I sign? Okay, so there are several steps in a sales funnel, and I'm going to break them down. But first off, if you're already getting the ick when you're talking about something like sales funnel, let me just help you reframe what that's going to sound like in a minute, okay? But there are 4 steps in creating a sales funnel. Step 1 is creating a lead magnet. Step 2 is creating an opt-in page. Step 3 is creating an email sequence. And step 4 is driving traffic to your opt-in page. Right, so let's break these down. Step 1 is creating a lead magnet. Now, if you're listening and you're thinking that this is one of those things that does sound icky and sleazy, hear me out. The idea is that you offer something that solves a problem for your ideal clients. And solving problems is not sleazy. It's not icky, right? So basically, you're going to offer a freebie or a giveaway. Why? Because people love gifts. A high-value freebie related to your service can sweeten the deal for potential customers to enter into your funnel. Think of it as a sort of reciprocity. You give something for free and people will give you their email address in exchange. Think ebooks, templates, checklists, or even a free consultation. If it adds value, it can be a freebie. Tune into episode 31, where I talk about going from scroll to success, unveiling the ultimate lead magnets that you need to succeed on social media. And in that episode, it is packed with tons of content and ideas and inspiration to help you get going on what type of lead magnet you might create for your business and other types of things you can offer as well. No spoiler alert, that's it, okay? But ultimately, the magic happens when your ideal clients enter their email address to receive some freebie from you. Boom, they're in the funnel. That's exactly how it works. And your email marketing then comes into play. But basically, step 2 is kind of actually where your client's journey begins in the funnel. Because if you think about it, right, this is your opt-in page. And an opt-in page sometimes is called a landing page, right? It doesn't need to be attached to your website. So it doesn't need to be one of those links or navigation buttons on your navigation bar up at the top. And what I mean by that is, what you can do is you don't actually have to bring people to your actual website to have a freebie or an opt-in page. They don't have to go to your website if you don't want them to. Now you can as well. So for example, you could have one which is www.deirdremartin.ie/brand strategy checklist. Okay, that, for example, is one that I have, but there is no button anywhere on my website that brings people to that landing page. So wherever you have it or wherever you share it, this is where the magic actually begins because it's where potential clients start their journey into your funnel. So the big question my clients ask me is, Deirdre, what should I put on the opt-in page? Okay, now I have to tell you, right? My opt-in page, that one I've just shared with you, right now as I'm recording this, it is crap. It's absolutely rubbish. There is a template in the background. I don't even think I have these things on it that I'm about to share with you. And I kind of created the opt-in page really speedily and I didn't do a whole lot in terms of edits to it. But it's my highest converting opt-in page. And I'm going to tell you why later. But for some of my other opt-in pages and for what I recommend for my clients and what I help them to create, it's simple. You start with an enticing headline, right? It needs to be catchy, make it snappy, make it so intriguing that your ideal clients will not be able to resist it. So remember, this is one of your first impressions. So you need to make it count. Entice, then enlighten. That's my motto. Next, you need to create a clear and concise description of your freebie or giveaway on that landing page. So, like, what's in it for them? You know, that WIIFM, what's in it for me? That's what needs to be really transparent and evident on that landing page. And why is it too good to just pass up and leave behind? So, whether it's a valuable ebook or a helpful template or an enlightening webinar, let them know why it's something they absolutely need. Then add some social proof, right? And social proof comes in the form of testimonials or client reviews. It could be numbers, statistics about your success with clients, anything that lends credibility and makes potential clients sort of picture themselves achieving that success or thinking, hey, if it worked for that person, then maybe I can benefit from it too, you know? And finally, the cherry on top of a really good landing page, a really good opt in page, is a strong call to action or CTA. This is where you're basically telling visitors to that page exactly what you want them to do next, as in download your free ebook now or sign up for our exclusive webinar. It needs to be clear, direct, and oh so enticing. And remember, if you don't tell people to take action, they actually won't. Now, let's not forget the visual aspect of this page because your opt in page needs to be visually appealing. Almost like a virtual welcome mat rolled out for your potential clients. It needs clean design, appealing colors, easy to read fonts. That's really all that matters visually. But remember, in the world of web design, aesthetics isn't just vanity, it's also functionality. So it is about that all important user experience. And a lot of people may view your opt in page on their mobile devices. So when you're creating an opt in page, it needs to look just as good on a mobile device as it does on your laptop or desktop, wherever it is that you're creating it. So let me sum up what we've covered so far, right? So step one is deciding what your freebie will be in creating it. And step two is the landing page, which should include a captivating headline, a description of your irresistible offer, some credible social proof, and a compelling CTA, all packaged within an aesthetically pleasing design. Okay, so if you get these elements right, and your opt in page is going to become more popular than a free scoop day at an ice cream parlor, right? Seriously, it's so hot here. I'm craving ice creams right now. Right. So, what I just shared with you a few moments ago was to do with an opt in page and a freebie, and the opt in page is absolute rubbish. Okay. And I'm going to share with you why it's rubbish and why it's converting so well. So it's rubbish because I really did create it in a hurry and I knew that my freebie was really good, but I didn't have the time to actually make the opt in page really good. So instead, I focus my efforts into email marketing and driving content to the page. And that's where step three and step four come in. So, step three is email marketing. And email marketing is like the heartbeat of your sales funnel. Okay. Now, yeah, granted, it's probably not as flashy as social media, but a consistent, steady pulse that keeps your relationship with your potential clients alive and going well. And I get clients from my email list, right? Consistently. So to get started with email marketing, you need to use an email marketing tool. So when I'm emailing my clients, I have a group coaching program. And so I use the platform for emailing my clients that I use for my group coaching program. That's called Kajabi. But before I had Kajabi, and when I work with clients who are professional service providers who don't provide group programs, my go to favorite tool is Flowdesk. Now, I've tried others. I had before started group programs, I had MailChimp and I had other things like that. But I like Flowdesk best and have helped clients basically set up funnels using Flowdesk. So if you're looking to get started with something like this, you can grab 50% off your subscription with my affiliate link, which I'll share with you in the show notes. So definitely check that out. You can get started for free, see if you like it, and then sign up if you like it afterwards. So just like the opt-in page, people ask me, Deirdre, what should the email sequence be? What do I put in it? How many should I send? How often should I send them? And all of those things, right? So let's start with the welcome email. So this is a little like your digital handshake. It's like, hey, thank you for trusting me. And here's your freebie. So it basically is that hello, welcome aboard. Thank you so much. And it delivers that promise that you gave them. It's the thing that you said that you were going to offer them. So this is a really key moment for you to make a really good first impression, right? So you want to make sure that your welcome email is warm and appreciative and assures your new email subscriber that, yeah, this was a great decision. It's amazing. It doesn't need to be a long-winded email. You don't need to make it war and peace. So in the next email after this first welcome email, the goal is to start to establish a conversation, a sort of a two-way street. And basically, your subsequent emails beyond that should aim to provide value consistently. That's all you need to do. You need to think about what is the problem or multiple problems that my clients experience, and what can I offer them in my emails that will help them overcome those problems? Because that's what value is. You don't need to give away the family silver in the emails, okay? But at the same time, you just need to think about what your expertise is in the terms of the professional services that you offer. And how can you transform this expertise into sort of bite sized, digestible, and engaging emails? So, again, it could be things like insights from your industry or tips and tricks, success stories, answers to common questions, and solutions to common problems. The goal is to make your potential clients literally feel like every single email that they get from you is sort of like an unboxing of a treasure chest full of value, a little bit like a Pandora's box with amazing things inside, right? So, the one caveat here that I always say to people is to be aware of the temptation to turn every email into a sales pitch. Just like in real life, nobody likes to be sold to all the time. And as I always say, selling is repelling, especially if you're constantly selling. It's so off-putting. Who wants to see ads and pushy promo stuff? And that is literally where that sense of sleaze comes from. So try to follow the 80-20 rule, right? Pareto's principle. But this works too in terms of email and email marketing. 80% of your content should be valuable and informative, and only 20% should be promotional, right? So out of every 5 emails that you send, only one needs to be promotional. So that takes out the sleazy sales pitch stuff right there, right? Okay, timing. This is the next question that people ask me. How often do I send these emails? So timing is important. And if you're emailing too often, emails can sometimes be seen as annoying spam. If you don't email often enough, your potential clients can forget about you. So, in terms of timing and finding the right timing for your business, here's what I tell people: find a sweet spot that works for you and your audience. There is no set guidelines, there's no silver bullet that I can share with you that says this is the right number of times and how frequently you need to send this. And some of the big gurus that I've listened to and followed, and I've tried what they've said, I've literally, they say you should email every day for a number of days when the lead is still warm. So if somebody downloads your freebie on a Monday, you email them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And, I've tried that. I did it every day for a week. And I had a huge number of unsubscribe emails, right? People were so annoyed after like 2 or 3 days. They weren't opening emails, or they were just opening it so they could unsubscribe because it felt like spam. People didn't like it. That's it. So now what I do is I email just once a week or thereabouts. So again, what I say to you is test it and just see what works for you and your audience. And like you do need a little bit of a mindset shift with this as well. If you're anyway sensitive, like I am, is that if sometimes people are going to unsubscribe, and try not to do what I did, which was feel a little bit sorry for yourself that people didn't like me. Okay. I was like, oh my God, they don't like me. They're unsubscribing. But the more that you do this and the bigger that your list becomes, it helps you to shift that mindset to they weren't my ideal client anyway. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And there are more than enough people in this world for you to serve 10 times over, right? To make you rich. So, or more, right? There's too many people in the world than you could ever possibly serve. So a few unsubscribes in the grander scheme of things means absolutely nada. Nothing. Don't make it mean something it doesn't mean. Okay. Right. Now the end game with your email marketing. After providing consistent value and building that relationship, you're sort of you reach a point where you can now start to introduce your services or products, and you can frame it as a solution to a problem or an answer to a need and explain why it's worth people's investment. Okay, so that sums up step 3. A strategic email marketing campaign, consistently providing value timed just right for your audience with a mindful balance of with a mindful balance of informative and promotional content that pretty much just leads your ideal client to your offer. That sums up step 3. Okay. Step 4, driving traffic to your opt-in page. So a great place to start with this is social media. Social media is not just for sharing cute cat videos or snaps of you by the pool on your summer break. Social media is a powerful tool for driving traffic organically to your landing or opt-in pages. And here's something I think often gets overlooked, and that is that social media platforms are a little bit like different countries, each with its own language and customs. So, for example, what I mean by this is like what works on Facebook might not work on LinkedIn and vice versa. So the key here is to understand where your ideal clients might hang out and adapt your content to that particular platform. So, for example, if your ideal client is a business professional, well, then LinkedIn might be the place for you to hang out. But if your ideal client is maybe a younger crowd, look at Instagram or TikTok. Definitely the younger folks, they're on TikTok all the way. So, sharing helpful content, engaging with your audience, and being genuinely social is the key to building and driving traffic on your social media and then to your landing page. And the way to do it is to create content that relates in some way to your freebie. And then your CTA says download now or sign up now, whatever. It doesn't matter, but it can be actually whatever you have on your landing page as well. So, this is what I was saying for my really rubbish opt in. This is what worked. I created amazing content, if I do say so myself, but amazing content on social media for LinkedIn in particular. And from one LinkedIn post, I had nearly 50 opt ins to my really rubbish landing page in just a day. Okay, so I created a really good social media post, and my call to action was to basically download my freebie. And so, because the content of the post was so good, it compensated for my really poor landing page, which I don't really share anywhere else. So, and again, that's intentional because I know how rubbish it is. I know I need to go back and fix all the things that I've just shared with you. So, it's good enough for me to share somewhere else. But right now, it doesn't have the visual aesthetics. It looks rubbish. But what I've learned from that experience is that social media and your content on social media and the call to action that you use on social media is more powerful than what's on the landing page. Okay, because it's driving the traffic to the landing page in the first place. Where I drove that traffic from in that particular instance, people were already bought in and ready to download. It didn't matter what was on that opt in page, but imagine how powerful it could be to share in other places if the landing page was really good. And what I mean by that is that social media isn't the only way to drive traffic to your sales funnel. Your website is an option too. As I say, you don't need to have it as a button. Well, hear me out. So, your website isn't just a digital brochure, it is a dynamic tool to generate leads. So, you can have things on your website like a pop up, right? And pop ups can be a game changer here. Yes, I know they can be annoying when they're done wrong, but hear me out. A strategically placed and timed, because that's important, a timed pop up, one that doesn't just pop up the minute you land on a page, that is annoying and everybody clicks out of it because you want to see what's on the page before you decide that you want to read what the pop up is, right? Again, pop up straight away feels salesy, so avoid that. Leave it so that when somebody scrolls maybe halfway down your page, then the pop up comes up, or else leave it so that when they're on the page for 30 to 45 seconds, then the pop up comes up. But so you time it. And then you can offer your freebie there on your website in exchange for, you know, an email. And again, that can turn a casual website visitor into a potential client. Now, I've got a bonus tip for you here on this, right? On your website, typically the three most visited web pages on your website are number one, your homepage, your landing page. Number two, your services page, if you have one. And number three is your about page. So if you've got 20 pages, those are the top three pages on websites that typically get the most views and visitors. So a really great place to put your pop up is not just on your homepage on your website, but also on your about page. Okay, so you can try that. But again, tools like Flowdesk, they can really help you design beautiful and aesthetically pleasing looking pop-ups. So aesthetics do matter. They really do matter. And a visually appealing pop-up can be the difference between, ugh, not this again, and oh, this looks interesting. So, as a by the way, when I'm creating landing pages and pop ups, I design the aesthetics for mine. Personally, when I'm doing them myself, I do them on Canva Pro, right? So, I've got a pro Canva account. And if you, it's like in terms of euro, it's about €110 for the whole year. It's 100% worth it. If you haven't yet used Canva or heard about it, it's basically like a graphic design tool. It's so simple to use, right? I had no graphic design skills before I started working for myself. And there are so many templates available to help you create graphics that look like they were created by pros. And some of them were, but you just put your brand colors and fonts and things to them. It's amazing. It's such a cool tool. So you can create the visuals for your Flowdesk opt-in page or pop-up using Canva. Okay, aside from your website, some other ways to drive traffic to your opt in page or landing page could be doing something like guest posting on industry blogs or being a guest on somebody else's podcast. Those types of organic marketing options can position you as an expert as well and attract traffic organically back to your landing or opt in page. Now, again, if you're not sure what I mean by organically, it means without paying for ads. And let's not forget search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is a little bit like the road signs guiding your potential clients towards your business. It's like, let's go. By optimizing your business with the right keywords, you're going to attract organic traffic from search engines. And again, that's where the pop up comes in handy then, because instead of having a button on your website, it pops up instead. So it could also be a form down the bottom of your website, actually, if you think about it. Wouldn't it be better to have to offer someone something great for free instead of asking them to sign up for a newsletter? Because I'm sorry, if you're still asking people to do that, as in sign up for a newsletter, it's so boring. Times have moved on. People are reluctant to part of their email address because we all get so much spam and emails into our inboxes every day. So instead, offer them value. Offer them an invitation to something that helps them in some way instead of to a boring newsletter. Okay, sorry if I've offended you on that, but I'm like, seriously, it's time. Okay, so summing this part up. Driving organic traffic is about meeting your potential clients where they already spend their time. It's meeting them where they're at altogether because you're solving a problem for them. And then it's showing up where they are, whether that's on social media, a website, a blog, a podcast, or using search engines. It's a multi pronged strategy that, when done right, can power your sales funnel like nothing else. Now, I haven't mentioned it yet in this episode, but the idea is that sales funnels work while you sleep. When you get one that works really well, it is the equivalent of a salesperson working in your business 24/7 for you. Yes, they take time and effort to set up, but once they cost very little to run. And if you weigh it up in terms of that cost and return on investment, like one client would be more than enough to pay for your sales funnel, probably for the whole year, right? Okay, folks, that is it for today's episode. Thank you for joining me on this journey. As always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover, don't hesitate to reach out. Please take a moment to rate or review the show wherever you enjoy listening. Thanks in advance. And until next time, keep mastering your business.